This is ways to manage your gender dysphoria as a black person. Now, to my non-black viewers, for clarity, I would like to say that by me emphasizing on the fact this is targeted to black people specifically does not mean that you are not welcome to view this video. As some people may know, in the black culture and whatnot, it's seen as a very big taboo, and a lot of cultural differences. We don't speak about things like this, not very often. So this is specifically targeted at black people who are LGBTQIA+, or anyone who can relate to the video. This is your safe space. You welcome here. Come here, give me a hug. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to click that subscribe button because I will be having more similar related content to this. So if you enjoy what you see today, and if you enjoyed my other videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So Alright, so first things first, especially if you are at FTM, don't be so sensitive. Unfortunately, there is toxic masculinity within society, and if you are going to be seen as a man, then you need to have the mentality of a man. That's not me saying dismiss yourself, dismiss how you feel. It is okay to acknowledge how you feel, and to to handle it in a way that you feel is appropriate. For me, life is a lot easier when I'm not sensitive to certain things. Wherever I go, I hear people saying, that's gay, man, that's gay, like, that's gay. Every left, right, and center, you're not gonna be correcting everybody, and some people are ignorant. You don't have to entertain people. Your energy is precious. You don't have to give in to ignorant people. People are not willing to educate themselves. Then recognize your worth and take yourself out of that equation. What's that? You guys like my bracelet? Yeah, man. If you like it so much, why don't you go and cop one? The link will be down there below. Practice self-love. What people tend to do, whether you're straight, gay, bisexual, transsexual, pansexual, anything you want to label it, like, whatever you are, yeah. By the way, don't take offense, please. Let's just have an open space of discussion. Disregarding your sexuality for a moment, let's just pretend we're talking about souls living inside a physical temple, yeah? What we tend to do sometimes is we tend to seek for validation of other people before we seek for our own validation. And I feel that the reason why we may do that is because of lack of self-love. So learn to love yourself. By me saying that, I mean with the flaws that come with loving yourself. That's to say, work in respects to your growth. It doesn't mean come out here and do nonsense, be wrong and strong. Don't do that. Love yourself even when the whole world dislikes you, for as long as you're not harming anybody and you're not harming anything. How to deal with socials. So when I say socials, I'm talking about dealing with your family and opposing opinions, or dealing with friends and opposing opinions, or dealing with beliefs and clashing realities. For me, what I find is that I'm growing to learn how to communicate, but that's not always optional for people, because that can be quite detrimental to people's circumstances. But if you are in a position where you can communicate, then by all means I would say communicate, because more time people around you don't know what you're going through, because you need to understand it's like viewing life from two different lenses. This is the person with gender dysphoria, and this is a cisgendered person. Cisgendered person is seeing life from a cisgendered person's point of view, and gender dysphoria is viewing life from a gender dysphoric point of view. My tongue is at work right now. For another example, one eye can see things that the other eye may not be able to see as clearly as the other eye, because they have two different perspectives. If the opportunity is provided, then try to communicate. But if it's not there, recycle everything that's going on in your circumstance you should use to make you stronger. If you are on the verge of life because of your current circumstance and how things are right now, things aren't always going to... The devil is a lie. Things are always going to last forever. You see, sometimes life is funny how it works, but one time I was in a hospital and my doctor said to me, don't worry. He said, this is the peak of your hurt. After this, everything will be better. And that's something I took with me in life. I feel like that's something you should take with you in life. You see, the hardest times is what will basically make you, because once you go through your hardships and you've reached the peak of it, everything else will be minor. See that there is more life, and also money I make. Do you know what it is? I can't even fully advise you. I can only tell you how I'm handling it. Feel free to drop down some questions if you're, you know, LGBTQIA plus. If you have anything in relation to that, please type it down below. This is not just for anybody who's LGBTQIA plus. This is also for anyone who's I don't know if I'm about to pronounce this right, but anyone who's an ally and you have questions and you're genuinely wanting to understand or educate yourself. First of all, if you want to educate yourself, YouTube is your friend, Google is your friend. Don't ask me stupid questions. Sometimes there's microaggression that comes from cisgendered people or heterosexual people, and it's just like, come on, man. You could have answered that question yourself. If you really don't know the answer to your question, then ask it down below. If I don't answer, hopefully somebody else from the LGBTQIA plus can write and they can respond. Last thing I would like to put on the list, if you feel like you are confused in a sense where you're not certain about the decisions you are making and it's very life-changing, then I would highly recommend looking at alternative ways of dealing with or coping with what you believe is your gender dysphoria, such as seeking therapy or praying. It may sound silly, you may not want to speak to people about what you deem as your problems, but maybe sometimes that's the healthiest way. It may have a solution to what you deem as your problem. Some people physically transition and do not regret it, and other people physically transition and then detransition. I would like to kindly remind you that if you have a motive in life and you can work for your hustle, your graft, then you can make money, and that's the three ways, baby: motive, work and money. We have reached the ending of the video. Leave a like below if you feel like I did a good job and you found this informative. Comment your questions. Let's have this be a safe space, and feel free to attack anyone that's being LGBTQIA plus phobic. I won't judge you. I don't believe the Most High will judge you either, because we should all be about peace and love for one another, you get me? If you haven't already subscribed, leave a like below, let me know that I've done a good job, and I'll see you lot next time. Peace.